Welcome back to Overland, Florida, everybody. I'm Kevin, and today I'm going to unbox the SUMMITBREEZE rooftop tent. I'm also going to be giving my first impressions opening the tent and reviewing it. So here it is. I'll go ahead and open it pretty quick because it is Central Florida at the end of summer, and we are supposed to get a lot of rain today. This has to be probably the best packaged for shipping rooftop tent I have received. On the outside right here, you have the ladder, and you probably have a box with all the hardware, mounting kit, and everything. But the box is in really good condition, and the way they have it on the pallet is really easy. It was actually really easy for the guys to get it off the semi truck. So 1 point for SUMMITBREEZE for their shipping and handling. Here it is. It does not appear to be damaged at all. It was crated very well, had thick cardboard with thick cardboard pads in between the sides, and it was saran wrap as well. So gonna go ahead and rip this off and see if there's any kind of scratches or dents, but it doesn't look like there is. So the tent is completely unwrapped, and first things first, this is usually one of the first questions. We are about 85.5 inches long. For the width, we are about 59 inches all the way to the bracket over here. And the height, including the rails that stick down below, you're looking at roughly probably about 8 inches, including the hardware that's going to go underneath. Before I open it up, I'm just going to go around the whole exterior. Looks like we have some reflective material on all four corners. You have heavy duty hinges right here. Almost looks like a regular house door hinge. It does have hex heads on it, so you can tighten it yourself. It's not riveted on there. Right here, this looks like a bracket for a roof rack to go across. So that will allow you to put a kayak up here, a canoe, bicycles, solar panels, just about anything you want to put. It does seem pretty sturdy. It does have a textured material on top. And this is all adjustable, so you can put the bike rack or the roof rack closer together, further apart. That's all up to you. There are 3 hinges. There's a hinge in the middle. This is the forward roof rack mount. Another hinge and more reflective material. This side is smooth. We have one latch right here. It is adjustable right here. Locks pretty good. No amount of wind or off-roading or anything is really gonna pull that up. Maybe a branch. If a branch was to come by and hit it just right, might pop up. Again, over here, no scratches, just some dust. Hopefully that's not fentanyl. All right, so we got another latch over here on the front side, or this would be the side that the ladder's gonna attach to. Adjustment right there. We have our other roof rack mount right here. We have 2 ladder hooks. This is what the ladder itself is going to hook into. The ladder is in that box right there. We'll open that up here in a second. But again, this is adjustable if you wanted the ladder offset to one side or the other. Your other roof rack mount and another adjustable latch. And you have a latch right here. So you have 4 latches, one on the far side, one on this side, 2 right there. Let's go ahead and open these up. Pop this tent open. All right, first time opening the tent. It's got a really nice rubber gasket right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's quite a bit of force on there, so should do really well keeping the rain and moisture out. Let's go ahead and open this up. Really strong struts. I barely had to lift it up with my fingers. All right, so this is a clamshell tent. So this portion is actually gonna fold out. So if you just look at this picture right here, that's what this tent is gonna look like. So there is a frame right here that pops out. So if we look right here, there's a middle bar with like a hoop that goes across over to that side over there. We have a hinge right here. It is not riveted. so you can tighten this up if it ever comes loose. And we got our rain fly already attached to it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just lift up with my hand this and just pull it forward. So with this bar right here, it's kind of loose. If you look right here in the center, there's a bar that connects from the top and it comes down to this. So you're gonna actually have to reach inside the tent and lock this bar in place with enough force right here to keep the tension on that fabric so the water doesn't pool if you're in the rain. So inside the tent, there's this bar right here and there's just this lock right here. You put force on this where you want it, enough tension, you lock it in place. It is definitely a different design. I've never seen anything like that, but it works. Now that the roof bar is adjusted, for the height of the entryway of the tent, you're gonna push this in right here, lift up on the tent, on the top, and then you're gonna pull it up until it clicks in this little hole right here. Once that is locked in place, the tent is fully set up, and this is what you're left with. I like the really large window, will allow for a lot of airflow to come through. And then we have, of course, the zippered front door. It does come with 2 shoe bags already mounted. And it looks like, okay, all of our hardware is right there in the shoe bag. That's the mounting hardware. Put that on top of the ladder. I'll open up the ladder box here in a second. Just gonna try to flip this up on top. All right, we are inside the tent. Nice zipper windows and screens. It is hot here in Central Florida, so I'm gonna go ahead and open these up. All right, one big screen window. This is gonna be the second large screen window, and then we're gonna have the third right there. There is an LED light strip with a USB plug right there, so you will have light inside this tent. Looks like you got 2 little bags right here. That's probably for like, put money in there, wallets, cell phones, watches, jewelry. Really easy place to store some things so you don't lose them. We do have, oh, okay, you got a little screen window right there just for some extra little airflow. I thought maybe that was some kind of pouch to hold stuff. All right, got the other window. Yeah, this thing should be able to breathe pretty well. And of course you got your zipper for the roof section. All right, let's look at the mattress on this thing. This mattress does seem a little thicker than other rooftop tents that I reviewed. Now note this, there is no bottom aluminum panel. A lot of rooftop tents, like the aluminum that's on the roof, there's an equal piece of aluminum on the bottom, but this does not have aluminum. This is just rails. So you just have the tent material resting on top of rails. Then you have this cushion on top of the tent material. So I think that might actually work pretty well. You're not gonna trap all the moisture in with the aluminum. So it should be able to breathe pretty well. Right there, those are the 2 rails for the roof rack. And let's see what this is. This is probably hardware for the roof rack. I'll go ahead and open this up. Inside that bag were 2 aluminum pieces, and I actually believe these are locks. So this will lock the tent in the upright position, so any amount of wind that comes isn't gonna close it down on top of you. Inside the hardware bag, we do have the user's manual. We have hardware for the roof rack, which here are the 2 rails that go across the roof rack. We have all the mounting hardware for the tent to a set of rails, whether it be a roof rack on a vehicle, a bed rack, top of a trailer, something like that. We do have a patch kit in case you do get any kind of rips or tears in any of the tent material. They give you more than enough material. It's folded over a few times. Inside the cardboard box was the ladder. It's just like any other rooftop tent telescoping ladder. I'm not going to open it up fully just yet. The next step is this is actually going to be mounted on Ron's girlfriend's truck. So Sarah's going to get a rooftop tent on her truck for a trip coming up this fall. So I just want to go over everything that came with the tent, and I'll just do one little final walk around and we'll talk about the tent more. We'll walk around the backside. The aluminum is actually really good quality. I don't foresee anything going wrong with the aluminum. This is probably the thickest rubber gasket I've seen on a rooftop tent. Some of the other brands that have been sent to me, they're literally maybe half that. But this is just, like I said, a really thick rubber gasket, and the fact that this is adjustable right here, you can actually adjust that in case this ever gets, starting to get flat over time. You can adjust so it's tighter, so you have a better seal all the way around. That's a very good design. Two really strong struts, and it comes with the two braces right here to lock these struts in place so this thing does not collapse on you. Now, one thing that's different than other rooftop tents that I've had is the backside of this aluminum is the inside of the rooftop tent. This one is suspended on its own. It's not actually attached to this top part. So the heat that builds up on this black aluminum is not going to be going inside the tent. You actually have 4.5, maybe 5 inches of space through there. So you're going to get some airflow. So it's going to actually cool off the tent versus this aluminum heating the tent up. So it's going to work better in that aspect, as well as moisture. You're not going to get a bunch of moisture building up in there, condensation. And same thing with this right here. Got your rain fly is suspended above the tent, so that's going to keep it cool and allow for less condensation. And condensation that does build up, it's going to allow for it to burn off and evaporate. Like I said, you got one large window right there. It does unzip all the way in case you wanted to actually come out this window for some reason. Got your 3 strong hinges down there. Does have a rubber seal on the inside. Again, you have your other latch that goes right here. You have your strut, and then the brace that would go right here to lock that in place. Just a view from another angle. All of this is adjustable by just pulling these tight. You got your another big window that does fully unzip if you had to come out of that window for some reason. Nice rain fly. You can get this bar tighter, and you can pull the rain fly tighter if you were expecting rain and you didn't want rain to pool, or you had this tent set up long enough where it started to get a little saggy. You can actually tighten this up so the water would just drain off. This material's, it's not thin by any means, so I don't foresee this ripping or being out in the sun and getting weak, falling apart, stretching. It does seem pretty good quality, just like any other tent. Again, you have nice big pull tabs on all the zippers. These things are huge. Very good. Zippers are good. All the the stitching is good. A lot of cheap tents have like little frays, or some people in the military call them flags or pennants, whatever, that stick up and they get caught in the zipper and you got to go back and forth and it ends up just pulling on all the material. I don't see any like stray threads or anything coming out anywhere in this tent. All the stitching looks really good. There is Velcro as well as the zipper. Again, inside the tent, you do have a thicker than normal mattress, and I think that's mainly because of the bars that are underneath the tent. Inside, good material. I don't see light coming through anywhere. Light is not supposed to come through. Got your LED light, your 2 bags. Everything in here looks good. Quality control. I can't find anything that's really messed up or just poorly designed. Both shoe bags are designed that they don't hold moisture. if you get caught in a rainstorm, your shoes are wet, you put them in the bag, they will be able to breathe and dry off. As well as if you get caught in a rainstorm and you leave something in there, this bag's not going to fill up with water. So it's kind of a good little laundry bag plus a shoe bag. Aluminum frame, seems to be really strong. I don't see anything gonna go out in the future with that. Seems to be a rather decent tent. If this was mounted on a roof rack or on top of a trailer, this tent's roughly going to be 63 inches tall when it's fully set up. So this is going to be it for my unboxing and first impressions video. I think the tent is actually going to do really well. I like how they redesigned this instead of sticking to the traditional aluminum rooftop tent build. It seems like it's got a lot more airflow in between the aluminum pieces and just inside the tent itself. I think this tent will probably last a little bit longer than most other tents, mainly because the moisture is not going to build up. And the number one killer of these rooftop tents is moisture, mold, mildew, and then you get stains, and then it just smells. So I think with a tent like this, being able to let it breathe more and not having that aluminum plate on the bottom, that's going to be a game changer as far as the longevity of these tents. So far this tent checks out pretty good. Like I said, this will be getting mounted on Sarah's truck. It's going to be on the bed of an F-150. We're going to try to pair this up with a 270-degree awning and let them go out on some adventures, and then we'll report back. I'll make a video of the tent. Ron will probably do a video of the tent as well for his YouTube channel. And yeah, so far it seems to be a really good tent. I'm going to go ahead and pack this up, put it away before this rain comes. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up. There will be a link in the description to this tent. It is on Amazon, and they do offer shipping from Amazon directly to your front door.